It's no secret that everything that belonged to a person absorbs his energy, which means it carries a piece of his soul. And not always personal things absorb positive things. Objects can take away the negative owner, his pain, misfortune, failure, and even disease. Moreover, not infrequently through personal belongings on a person make terrible spells, ranging from evil eye and spoilage, and ending with a generic curse. For this reason, seeing someone's lost thing on the ground, in no case can you pick it up. No one really knows what energy carries in itself this finding, and whether it imposed a negative program. Antique coins walking the streets, there is always the possibility of stumbling on a lost coin. As a rule, this is the usual change involved in the financial turnover of the state and fallout of the purses of gaping owners. But sometimes people are faced with truly amazing finds, old coins, which people used to pay in past centuries. Such coins cause a desire to pick up and take them for themselves, but to do so is extremely dangerous. Too few of these coins have survived, and it is all the more likely that they have been influenced by magic. If a coin has been influenced by positive energy, it can become your talisman and amulet. However, much more often such coins were programmed to ruin their owner. Luring such a find from the ground, you can bring yourself to total ruin, never realizing what caused the financial collapse. As you already knew, metals are very good at absorbing energy of their owner. In this regard, a person who finds a ring, brooch or necklace in the street, together with a precious find, risks to get all kinds of misfortunes of the former owner, and maybe even his diseases. By the way, some incantations for getting rid of illnesses just assume that the owner should throw away the incanted jewelry in order to get rid of an existing negative program or a serious illness. Only imagine what can threaten you with such a find. When you see keys on the ground, you are attracted to pick them up because it seems that then we will be able to find the owner and return the lost thing. But statistics show that the lost keys find their owners only in 3% of cases. But even more dangerous is the fact that the keys lying in the street may not be lost, but thrown on purpose. Occultists will confirm that quite often the keys are used during incantations, when, at the request of the owner, the medium locks up all his troubles and misfortunes, after which the keys are thrown away. Finding such an object and bringing it to your home, you can release such a genie from the bottle that all your former problems will seem like child's nonsense. Bracelet. Bracelets have been popular at all times. Today you can find a variety of bracelets on sale, the most common of which are leather or cloth bracelets made by hand. Here you need to understand that the bracelet is not an ordinary piece of jewelry. This kind of amulet, which protects the owner from various negativity, absorbing it in itself. At a certain moment bracelet is overfilled with negativity, as a result of which it falls off the hand or tears. These are the kind of findings most often found by onlookers on the ground. One can only imagine what an avalanche of negativity will splash out on a person who has picked up such a find. But some are dared to repair and wear it. It is dangerous to even touch such things, to say nothing of putting them on. Mirror. With a mirror is connected the greatest number of magical ceremonies, and also practice shows that the majority of these ceremonies relate to black magic. But even if the mirror was not influenced by esoterics and occultists, this object is very dangerous. Being in the master's house, the mirror became a mute witness of all the events that took place here. It bore the seal of both joyful and sorrowful events that happened to the members of the family. If the mirror was thrown in the street, not only it is not allowed to pick it up, but it is also dangerous to look into it. And certainly do not pick up a broken mirror from the ground. And it is not important whether the mirror was incanted and what memory it keeps in itself. This symbol means that the person who found such an object is in danger and can face a serious illness. Comb. The comb is a personal thing with which the owner tidies up the hair, which means that it has a direct interaction with human energy. Therefore, a gawker who has found such an object on the street and picked it up from the ground, even without magic, will feel negative energy of someone else. And certainly, you should not carry a found comb in the house, appropriate it, and try to use it for its intended purpose. A comb belongs to objects of increased danger. It is very fond of various magicians and sorcerers, actively using such an object in charms and magical rituals. Finding such a thing on the street, you can make a fatal mistake, which you will bitterly regret later. Clock. Watches are a popular accessory among people, which often are lost, which means that such a find can be at any place and at any time. In this case, people engaged in black magic rarely use watches in their work, and therefore it is obviously not necessary to be afraid of spoilage or curse from this finding. But not everything is so serene. The clock belongs to the category of things which should not be lifted from the ground, because such an object, in addition to the energy of its owner, also penetrates its biofield. Therefore, a person wearing a similar find runs the risk of destroying his own biofield and gets sicknesses of the owner, from which he suffered during the wearing of the accessory. Holy Cross, a cross that a person received during the rite of baptism, designed to protect him from danger and to protect him from the vicissitudes of fate. Powerful protection is provided by the so-called Christian egregore. However, even such a strong amulet can be lost. A person who found someone else's personal cross should not pick it up from the ground, and even less so should not put it on themselves. In this case, the cross can turn into a powerful energy weapon that can change the fate of the person, making it similar to that which was intended for the true owner. A person may face the troubles and misfortunes from which the owner of the cross, or even answer for his sins. Dolls and soft toys made by their own hands. An adult would not pick up the doll lying on the street, but the kid's sure to pick up a find and happily bring it home. Do not let kids do this, because the harmless doll can actually turn into a real curse on your home. Soft toy or doll, made by hand, could be born as for fun to young family members, and in order to cleanse the house of evil spirits. In olden days, to rid the house of evil forces, the master would make a human figure with his own hands, which was then bound and thrown at a crossroads. And what if such an evil find gets into your house? Moreover, everyone knows what manipulations experienced sorcerers do with a voodoo doll. Where is the guarantee that such a doll will not fall into your hands? Happiness, such a crazy find you just will not bring. Needles, pins and other sharp objects. In most cases, cutting and stabbing objects are not lost by their owners, but are thrown away. The fact is that all kinds of needles and pins absorb all the negativity of the house and the illnesses of its owners. When cleansing such homes, mediums and psychics often advise to get rid of sharp objects and even make a plot on them. Such things should not be lifted from the ground and certainly should not be taken with you. If you sew up your clothes with such a needle, the energy of the previous owner will certainly transfer to you. The same will happen if you unintentionally prick yourself with this dangerous object. So, if you see a needle or a pin on the ground, it is better to pass by.